Hi. One of them mornings, my son's still not that well, so he's gone for a little nap. So I thought I'd jump on because I might not be able to come on tonight if, you know, if he's not that well after. But got something through the post today. Hang on a minute. Off my mum, two of these, the poppies. I had one of the paper ones. I had one of the paper ones that you put into, you pin into your coat, but I don't like them because you knock them off and the pin gets in you. My mum said, "Oh, I've got some of them little, them little plastic ones that you put on your zipper." So I may keep it on my purse after. Anyway, so put one on my zipper, and I'm gonna put that on Finn's zipper for school. But hi, because we've been discussing about different civilizations and aliens and stuff like this. My mum sends me this in the post, and I rang her today. I went, "Mum, look at the stamp that you sent me." I couldn't stop laughing. David Bowie, isn't that like when he was like Starman? Was it Starman? Is it just me? Ziggy Starman? What was it? It just made me laugh because I thought, talking about all this stuff. And then my mum, she didn't pick this stamp. Someone put it on, and I was like, I've got to keep that's hilarious. I was like, oh yeah, I'm over one. Oh my god, coincidence. Aladdin Sane, it says. So, oh, I don't even know what that means. And you've just said it at the same time I've just said it. I was like reading it, like, oh, Aladdin Sane. But yeah, I just thought that was quite funny that that was on my little envelope that I got these sent in off my mum, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't know." So I was like, which goes into, I've just been watching Dark Journalist again, and his videos make more sense than others. That's why I said we're trying to find out people's truths, and even about David Wilcox. Maybe he's a bit dodgy as well, but like I said, there's truth in what people are saying. I just do believe some people have stole POTUS doing four. Where does he get the energy from? Whoa. Oh, he's brilliant. I forgot what I was saying now. Four. He's just amazing, isn't he? Four. Went 2 to 4. Well, he's got to get them all in there, hasn't he? What was I just saying there? Oh yeah, dark journalist. So, I believe some people have took some people's accounts of abductions or whatever with the alien stuff or technologies, and are making it out as if some saying they've happened to them, trying to make money off it. He's the Energizer Bunny, he is, and apparently in Trump Towers, doesn't he sell bunny rabbits? And I've just realised that watching Dark Journalist was something about the rabbit symbol and this, like, because they all have symbols everywhere, and I thought, oh yeah. But watching that was going into the committee, is it the Committee of 300? And all that sort of stuff, and it's just, you just sit there, because we know quite a bit of it anyway, but finding out more stuff, and all I can see really, like I've kept saying, is a lot of the presidents had found out about alien technology and ETs basically, and that's why I do believe JFK Jr., with the other stuff that he'll bring out, also what was his dad trying to bring out. But if you go over and watch Dark Journalist, I don't know what it was entitled, but it was entitled Trump something or other and something or other. I can't remember. I was just going through them, it's like pick your own and research yourself. And I was like, yeah, like I was saying about Nikola Tesla, Nixon had apparently, I was trying to say the other day, a time capsule. That's a bit like, and then my son said, yeah, time capsule, that's what Doctor Who's TARDIS is. And apparently they brought them first series out the day after JFK was assassinated, the very old ones, and my son, because he loves Doctor Who, so do I like sci-fi, wonder why now, said that, sorry, I couldn't see anyone, said that Nixon was mentioned in those as well, and last week's, not this weekend, but last weekend, Trump was mentioned in Doctor Who. So the more you know, it's just interesting, isn't it? But I do believe that is definitely one of the things that JFK knew and what it does to find out, because, and even the Dark Journalist talks about all this anyway, but it does talk about, he mentioned in this about the pyramids again and hidden energy, and have to watch the video on the tweet from Santa Claus. Yeah, I will watch all that. I've been having a bit of a break, because I could stay up all night and I'll make myself ill if I'm just endlessly staying up late. Yeah, George Bush, and yeah, and about the CIA, yeah, and all that, yeah, yep. And it's just mega interesting. I mean, we know this from the stuff finding out about the elites, the Illuminati, the Masons, whatever, whoever, how they all cover things up and want certain things to come out and certain things not to come out, and but it's time, people. I believe we should know. Why shouldn't we? Why should we be kept in the dark like we have been? Obviously, because these people are greedy. And he was, he mentioned the pyramids again, and pyramids and Atlantis, because we all get mixed up with this stuff as well, and saying about our history that we should know, the history that we've not really been told. I think I'll be binge watching his channel a bit, just because things I'm watching has a little bit of everything in. I don't know, like I said the other day, what anyone thinks about David Wilcox. I did think David Wilcox was quite good, and there was another guy in it, Corey. I wasn't really into him, but I do believe, yeah, maybe some have stole notes and things off other people that were talking about different alien races and of using them for their own, because he's sort of saying like some in Gaia, not talking about everyone, sort of using it for the money thing. They're complaining about not getting paid. Like, who are you getting paid off then? The CIA. Tomorrow we take back the government, then the world, yep, whoop 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 whoop. Well, this month's going to be so good. I'll talk about that in a minute. Also, switched on the horror channel today, and Star Trek was on, because he even mentioned Star Trek, as I've been talking about Star Trek. Loved the old ones when I was younger, now realising that half of the stuff is in Star Trek. And he said that as well, the stuff they say. He was going on about the X sign, certain artworks, got all this alien stuff in it. Star Trek having, he said something about not Vulcanary, which reminds me of the Vulcans, which reminds me of Spock. And what else was he saying? Well, I put Star Trek on this morning. Not Star Trek the old one, it was Star Trek was it Star Trek Enterprise before Star Trek The New Generation? And I switched it on. First thing that came on, reptilians sat there, these reptilian looking things. They mentioned the word reptilians with also the bug people, ant people, or the lotus, well, the lotuses or mantis. They were sat next to him going, no, we can't let the humans, we've got to kill the humans, we've got to have an election and all this. And I'm thinking, yeah. He talks about Space Force a lot, why Trump's brought a Space Force in, which is one I want to talk about, because if anyone went on one of his, I don't know if it was a rally or a speech at the White House, I can't remember, a few days ago, can someone comment, because I don't know if it's doing that thing where it's moving or not. Yeah, I think it is. Trump actually shouts out, Space Force, it's out there. It's out there, meaning, do you know what I mean? Space Force has been there for a very long time. Thank you. For a very long time. It's just, they've got it back to what it was supposed to be. It's not a new thing. But that's what he said, and I was laughing my head off, because he was just like, Space Force, yeah, it's out there. It's out there. It's really out there. As in, Dolly, someone on the PSB last night talking about some things you're talking about now, aliens, etc., Space Force. Yeah, well, I know some people on Soapbox, We the People Soapbox, Creep Lyrics, yeah, the Australians, a lot of the Australians talk about aliens and spacecrafts and that, because apparently, I think the Dark Journalist was saying in one of them the other day that a lot of some of the space things to do with technology and alien stuff is in Australia, but whatever company it is, it's run by, it's an American thing, but it's in Australia, where you have lots of open ground in Australia and America, so there's probably things there. But yeah, this is why people need to start expanding their thinking. Hi, Memphis. The Solar Warden is real US secret space program. Yeah, there's a secret space program. The secret space program's been there for ages. I think NASA, as we all know, lie. When they were doing stuff, oh yeah, we're just doing this and helping doing this. No, they were using all the money, billions or whatever, whatever. They were not telling us the truth anyway. Space Force, I just totally do think of Star Wars now. The Force. The Republicans and that fighting with the, trillions missing exactly. Greetings, fellow humans. Nanu. I just think it's amazeballs. Yeah. Going on about the cloaking system, talking about the cloaking system again, which we all know about. Nikola Tesla did a cloaking system, invisible. Yeah, NASA stole our money. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Saying they were doing things when they weren't doing the things they were supposed to be doing. What did I just say then? I just got distracted. What did I just say? Yeah, there's a space program we don't know about, and there's always been a space program, and Trump's got it back into what it's supposed to be, which I believe it's what Kennedy was trying to do. And then when he said, the speech of I'm going to smash you into 1,000 pieces, he wanted everybody to know. They killed him because he was about to release what he knew. Apparently, there's a president's old briefcase that has this stuff in it, and it's very like I said, the book Behold the Pale Horse, it's all in there. E.T. was supposed to be based on a true story. Something landed here because they reckon maybe from Tesla they had something that could bring down aeroplanes. As we know, a lot of airplanes have been brought down. So if it's brought down planes, has it also brought down UFOs? And that's why they crashed. Because Tesla, when he was doing his inventions, was putting stuff out there, he apparently got in contact with an alien force or whatever, energy or whatever, got contacted. He talked about Trump's Uncle John, and he was and was the one who went in and got Tesla's files. Exactly. So all this is beginning to add up. Like I said, it's the tip of the iceberg. We know all about the other stuff. All about, even the Bushes were involved in all this, well, we know he was involved with JFK, but knowing about, if they were a president, knew about UFOs going back to way back. Because like I said, I do believe this is part of our history. We're not being told. That's why some people's brains are not going to be able to wrap their head around it, I believe, just saying that. All this stuff. We know about Hillary and Obama and all that sort of side of stuff, and all the other little bits, but also mixed in with this is this. It's the tip of the iceberg. We talked about, read that bit. And what else? And then someone said, on Dark Journalist, the video that I was watching, if I manage to come back tonight, I'll tell you which video it exactly was, because Sun's still a little bit poorly. Someone was in chat and said, oh yeah, what about Trump's, was it Trump's guard in Scotland? Do you remember months ago when he came over to the UK and went to Scotland? His guard died of a stroke. Now, he was youngish. And they said, was it with, and is it an EMF thing? Is that one of them things that's supposed to shoot in you and you don't see it, and it gives you like a stroke or a heart attack effect because it dissolves? I've heard of all that. The guns that they made, they were a bit bigger years ago, and then they're probably the size of you probably can't even see them. They've got that technology. People think, you're talking about they've got that technology, gives you a heart attack. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they have weapons that give you a heart attack. You can go on YouTube, that find out about all them stories that are out there. That's a true thing. Because they were probably trying to assassinate Trump, weren't they? They got his guard instead. And that's what the Dark Journalist was talking about as well. I was like, yeah, I've heard of that as well. All these things that people probably think are sci-fi. A bit like in the old Star Trek, when they were there with the beam me up, Scotty, on me flip up mobile phone. Where did they think of that idea from? Was that a technology that then came in? Because they did have, do you remember when we all had the flip up ones? Where it was like, Beam Me Up Scotty, but apparently it's not Beam Me Up Scotty because the Mandela Effect's got that one as well. If anyone remembers, I remember Beam Me Up Scotty. I used to watch it. Everyone used to say, Beam Me Up Scotty. Is it just me? Because if you go on YouTube now, it doesn't say it. Doesn't say it. And just for a laugh, let's do the ET one. I'm going to do it now. Can anyone say, what did you think it was? Beam Me Up what? What was it? Beam Me Up Fred? Was it Beam Me Up Jeffrey? What was it? What they changed? The old Star Trek, the old one, used to say Beam Me Up, you know, with Spock in it. The old one, Captain Jim Kirk. Scotty, thank you. Well, you go on YouTube that now. It won't say. Let's YouTube it now. When I can work out how to use my new phone. What do I do? Right. Let's see. You ready for this? I'll put Beam Me Up Scotty. Beam Me Up Scotty. Beam Me Up Scotty. Right. Let's listen to this. Beam Me Up. It just says Beam Me Up. Beam Me Up.
Crisp, flavourful malts.
Hang on. Get rid of that.
Ready to beam up, Jim. Energizing.
Not that one. Hang on. Beam Me Up Scotty. Beam Me Up Scotty. Beam Me Up Scotty. Should be on this one. It says Beam Me Up Scotty. Mandela Effect. Keep putting music on. Hang on. Beam Me Up Scotty.
Another Mandela Effect. Beam me up. Forever exit.
I know. Let me have a look. That's some guy talking. Do it on your phone now. Captain Kirk said, Beam Me Up Scotty. He did. Let's see. Captain Kirk, beam me up. Right. Captain Kirk. Was it Kurt? Beam Me Up Scotty. Right. Let's listen to this one then. Beam me abroad. What? Let's see what this one does. Yeah, they do. I've been watching it, but I've not heard him say it.
500 miles and close.
I'll have to listen. Wormhole.
Beam me aboard. Energize. Bridge, it's shorting out again. August. Gentlemen,
You got a Spockies?
beam me aboard.
Not beam me aboard! Anyway, YouTube them. But I forgot, yeah, I've been watching it in the morning, but I've not heard him say it. So I will be listening out for that. Actually, it's on at 6 o'clock tonight. I'll watch it. But apparently, let's do E.T. because I definitely know this one's on here. E.T. said what? The further back in time you travel, the more... Because if you... Yeah. Right, E.T. My favourite film of all time. So I definitely know he said E.T. phone home. E.T. phone home. What did E.T. say? Is it just me? Or did E.T. say E.T. phone home? Yeah, are you ready for this one? Hang on. Let's get this stupid advert off. I just hate adverts. Come on. Right, here we go.
What happened in here?
Right, and go. Not the right bit. Here it is.
Seul, on peut être fort, mais on sera toujours meilleur ensemble.
When the advert goes off. Yep. You ready?
Phone.
He doesn't say home phone. He says phone home. Listen to that again. Did you hear that? No, he didn't. He didn't say E.T. home phone, which he did there. He said E.T. phone home. He did in our generation. He did in our reality back then, but apparently he ain't saying it now. Go and YouTube that one because you won't find it. E.T. phone, that's how I remember it now. It's normally on every Christmas, so I will be watching it again this Christmas and listening, but you go on, I swear to God, you go on YouTube that anywhere, it doesn't say it. Like I said before, Star Wars, I'm not even going to say it, what did Darth Vader say to Luke Skywalker when he found out he was his father? What did he say? I'm not even going to show you because you can go on YouTube it yourself. What did he say? Hi, Dad. What did he say? I've told my dad about this before. I think it's phone got no. Yeah. What did... I was a big Star Wars fan, the old one. Luke, I am your father, thank you. He don't say it anymore. He just goes... like he's breathing. He just goes, I am your father. He doesn't even say Luke. Please go and YouTube it right now because it doesn't say that. Sex in the City was Sex in the City, but now it's Sex and the City. Well, I'm sorry, but when I used to watch a little bit of it because my mum was obsessed with it, she loved it, it was Sex in the City, but it isn't. It isn't. And for those who might say, well, it's just the audio. No, because this is the box set from 10 years ago or more. So, Sex in the City, language evolved. But, well, I don't think it's just language evolving. I think it's something changing things. CERN or something, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Hi. Those who saw the originals. Yeah, we know different because if you're from my generation, I'm 41, don't forget, nearly 42. If you're from my generation and a bit before with all them films that first came out, I went to see E.T. at the pictures. My dad's on here. We were in the army. Dad, I went to the pictures, didn't I? I cried all the way home. I cried in the cinema. I cried all the way home. I was only little. Even though E.T. was fine, I cried all the way home. That, I watch it every year. I've got, look, I had a teddy that my dad sold Dad. That he should have kept because it would have been worth a lot of money now. This is a childhood earring. The other one I give away to a little boy who died of cancer and his mum said he loved E.T. so I give it her so she could wear it on a chain. But I did have the actual earrings to E.T. So I know E.T. said... E.T. phone home because, like I said, every year I watch it. Favourite film ever. I'm from that generation. Now, people from a younger generation, that will still that if they know it as home phone, that's because they're not as old as me. It has changed and they know it as that. Just like this, they'll probably know it as Sex and the City because they're not. Well, that's not that old actually, but Darth Vader, Star Wars. I was well into Star Wars, the old ones. Loved it. I've always been into sci-fi. Loved it. I prefer it more than the new ones, always the old ones. I know for a fact that's what he said. People today, younger ones, might think, no, he never said that. He always just said, I'm your father. Well, he would to you because you weren't living when I was, you might have been a twinkle in your mother's eye at that time, I don't know. But a lot of us know from then it was different. Maybe not a lie, maybe a different perception. Well, this is what I'm saying about who really knows. Is it the CERN machine? Is it this? Is it that? All we know is history's a lie. We've all been lied to, and they have changed things or changed it. Or is there a time machine? Because that goes back to Tesla and Trump's uncle again. A twinkle in your mother's eye. Well, you know what I mean. Just saying. So some kids today, or even young adults, won't think it has changed, but it wasn't. There's loads of them out there. There's loads of Mandela effects. Loads. I agree. The originals were the best. Of course, everything from years back was the best. I can't stop laughing at the new Q drops. Loads of patriots being posted of pictures, all in the Q tops at the rallies. Can I get a whoop whoop? I think it's hilarious. What's my point? Things have changed. You're obviously not off my channel. There's a shift, talking about alien technology and Space Force and all them good things that they've tried to keep from us. The world is awake. They sure are. There was a lot of wait years ago, all the people who have died and not seeing this day that, all this stuff is coming out more and more people talking about it. I used to tell my kids phone home. Exactly, it's E.T. phone home. They travel through time and dimensions, and the further they go, the more changes in our universe. Yes, because apparently, let's go back to Tesla. Tesla and the cloaking thing, project, what was it? Rainbow or the Philadelphia Project. If you're not looking at that, go and look at it. They said when that ship went through the different dimensions of time, that are ripping time or whatever it was, I don't know which way I'm getting it round, it can cause different effects. So it can change things in time. So obviously they have been changed. As Trump been back in a time machine. Because all this Q stuff, when you look right back into it, even with the Kennedy and Jackie Onassis meeting where they met, it was on Q Street, the numbers add up. It's a bit like, how did this plan's amazing they put together, but oh my God, all the stuff that's involved. So, and when I watched that, doesn't matter. When I watched that, it's just the shadow dwellers. I wouldn't bother about it. They pay some people to come in and distract. When you're talking about truth, they come in sometimes, don't they? When, what was it called? That Tesla thing and the cloaking devices, which we all know about, seeing Star Trek, yeah. The film I said I watched the other day, the Moderna one, at the end when the guy, it was her grandfather, I don't know if anyone's seen it, so I'm not explaining it, but her father went in the boat, but in the end, because it had changed time, at the end it showed you, she goes into a house, everything's changed because she wasn't married to this guy who liked it, but then she was because time had changed, so she was married to this guy. She goes in the kitchen and a father who she thought had died because he was in the war on this boat, but because time had changed, he was still alive and he was in the kitchen. It was like, yeah, see, if things happen in time and you go back, it alters things as well. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, I'm just thinking, I'm watching stuff and I'm like, starting to make sense. Dolly, have I seen the Star Trek? I don't know if I have I? I don't know. This was funny though. Which phone is it on? Hang on. Well, I don't know which phone it's on. Did anyone hear this? Was it Cary Grant? This was on Twitter. Listen to this. I'll just play it.
Yes, maybe you know what a zombie is. When a person dies and is buried, seems a certain voodoo priest who have the power to bring him back to life.
Can you hear it?
Worse than horrible, because a zombie has no will of his own. You see them sometimes walking around blindly with dead eyes, following orders, not knowing what they do, not caring. You mean like Democrats?
Did you hear that? Like Democrats? They're like zombies. They walk around with dead eyes. Girl, I think it's all true. I definitely think it's all true. Did you hear what that just said? Play it again. It's funny.
Maybe you know what a zombie is.
Cary Grant.
When a person dies and is buried, seems a certain voodoo priest who have the power to bring him back to life.
It's on
Worse
Twitter.
than horrible, because a zombie has no will of his own. You see them sometimes walking around blindly with dead eyes, following orders, not knowing what they do, not caring. You mean like Democrats?
Yes, Fifth World. I just saw something there. Got the other message from God in the Garden. Was it calculator? I need to look at that. Saying I'm like Steven Spielberg, only one in a million times. Steven Spielberg, I mean, he knew about it, didn't he? Apparently, I think it was Steven Spielberg who was it him or someone else who'd to do E.T. They showed it to Reagan when E.T. the film first came out. They all had to watch it first because E.T. was based on a true story. An alien that landed here, crash landed, did they bring the UFO ship down, crash landed, and they were trying to send signals out to try and get, because it was ill or something. That's all in Behold the Pale Horse. Do you know what I mean? So it all starts adding up. It's like, what? You know, so maybe that's why I've always loved E.T. It was one of my favourite films ever. Yeah. I need to look into that calendar. The Democrat zombies, exactly. Spielberg killed the girl from Poltergeist. Yep, apparently I've heard sort of that as well, because it was, who was sat on his knee? It was her from Poltergeist. They all said she died when, you know, that I didn't like that film. Andrew Barrymore. And we know about all the things going on there. Also, Q was, I've not seen it, my dad told me, Q was posting about what's that film called? Guardians of the Galaxy. And isn't that also pointing at the filmmaker who made that? Because, hasn't he got called out? Isn't that something to do with paedophiles? Yeah. I don't mean the film, but the guy who, you know. All these strange things going on. I truly believe diseases like cancer, AIDS we already have cures. They were man-made anyway, in stuff we eat and stuff like that. They've got the cures, they've had them for ages, but you know, when this starts coming out, they go, oh, we've just found a cure for it all. No, you've had it and you've been hiding it, you've been keeping it, because it's all about depopulation, people. That's what they've been doing. If you go researching, you know, all the Agenda 21 and all that, people think it's all a massive conspiracy. It's like, no, this is what they were doing. The wars are to depopulate and to traffic children. No money in a cure. Exactly, that's what it's all about. They're all for money. There's no money in a cure. There's more money in illness because it keeps you ill. You've got to go buying your medicine, this, that and the other. That's why they were putting prescriptions up and all that. That's why Trump's bringing them down. I also think I'm buying a Q t-shirt today. Ooh, you should. I've got to find mine. I don't know where it is. I need to start wearing it. This symbol, again, the triangle. I was also thinking today, as I was doing some books, which I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, dollars in treatments. It's all about having treatments, but they don't have to be sky high. We all go on about this Illuminati and that the other day, and I was saying it's who's at the top, but also I believe it's like, are we all at the bottom? The more knowledge you know, you come to the top where you're a one, but you know, because the more you grow, the more you know. And that's sort of what they do as well. I think this shape is used for a lot of things, not just bad as in the Illuminati. I think it's also us. If we're left down here in the dark, that's where they like to keep us, they're at the top, illuminated, because they know. But we are gradually getting up here because we're starting to realise what's going on. And then you get to the top and you shine that beacon of light to everyone. We're trying to shine it out because we're trying to get the truth. Well, I'm not getting the truth out. The truth's out. Just saying. He is alive. Who's alive? Who's alive? JFK Jr.'s alive. Can I get a whoop whoop? I'm in a zoo. Yep, we're all in a zoo. We're all in a zoo. Oh, yep, Junior's alive and well. He's been at the rallies. Vitamin D from the sun or pill form. Yeah, exactly. And what they're putting in it. But yeah, a lot of that, what I was watching on the Dark Journalist, to do with the Committee 300. Putin, I didn't know this. I didn't know Putin was used to be a KBG chief. So do we not think, well, we do know, Putin is helping Trump Trump is going seeing Putin soon, because they knew about all this stuff. You know, it's not because they're trying to set World War III off. No, he knew about this stuff. He was in the KBG, Chief KBG. So I think he knew a lot of stuff. And all these presidents did. But they weren't allowed to get it out because they wanted it hush-hush. They weren't supposed to know, really, but they wanted us to know because they believed we should. And they were like, no, it's not the right time. No, the people don't need to know. They won't be able to handle it. Yes, we can. Because a lot of people have been talking about this for ages. We can. If we've got different races up there, and they've been here since time, using the Library of Earth or whatever, well, we just want to know. If we have to trade, we'll trade, whatever. We just need to know. The sun is my last saving grace right now. I swear I can be so sick and feel... Yeah, that's why I go and sit out in the garden, even if it's for 5 minutes. The sky, I think it's broke up now, but this morning it was like that murky... I call it a blanket sky. It's just like warm, big, cloud. You can't see anything. I think it's broken up now. It just reminds me of the veil. So if there's things that are invisible, things that have been up there for a long time, then haven't they? Invisible to the eye. Like I said, Tesla and the cloaking machine. They make things invisible. The dark journalist was talking about the invisible aeroplanes. Trump once said the invisible planes. Some people might think invisible planes as in dimensions. Could mean a lot of things. Invisible planes. They like stealth and all that. So sulfur yeah, there's just all this mad stuff, you know, and no one can say on all this stuff anyone's right or wrong, or you're right, you're wrong. We don't know for sure, but we know there's definitely something going on. We know that there's alien technology and alien whatever, because people are seeing stuff. And what was our history from way back that we've been lied about? Yeah, info was a soccer ball, exactly. Trump, I said this to someone ages ago, they thought it was bonkers. Putin gave the ball over and said to Trump, and this was said in Q Post way before this happened, and then he goes to see Putin. Putin says to Trump, I mean, who's done this before? Yeah, this is a football. The ball's in your court. And he goes, oh yeah, we'll give that to Barron. Yeah, Flotus, give that to Barron. Meaning, whether there was a microchip in that ball, that's what we were all saying, or it was just a metaphor as in, the ball's in your court, you've got the information I've given you, you do with what you want to do with it, how you want to do it. Watch the ball. Yeah, watch the ball. The ball is in our court, ball's in your court. Passed it over. Yeah, people thought I was mad. It was like, Q told us months before that happened. And then it happened and it was like, no way. You know, then you see it. I keep telling people who are not on to Q over here in the UK. When I said that ages ago, they were like batty. But they don't see it because they don't follow the Q drops. They don't follow Trump's tweets, and then they don't follow him in the media where he said certain things. Them watching that would just be like, it would go right over their head. But because we know, because something's been said, we watch Trump and like, no way did he just say that. That was said months ago. And now it's happening. This is why people don't get it, because they think, oh, it's a conspiracy, oh, it's not real, oh, it's rubbish, this, that. You're not following it. You haven't been looking at... They think they just have to look at the Q drops. The Q drops are quite hard to get around. You have to be on the right channels. You have to be following the tweets. You have to be following what Trump's saying at the rallies and speeches. They don't do all that, so they don't know. We know because we know how you have to go about it. I'm excited about tomorrow. Hope we get... Yeah, well, it's all gonna... It's this month anyway. Do you know what I mean? This month, definitely. We've got to be careful, though, because it seems like for decades they've been using predictive programming that such as can easily be used for... Yeah, well, we've heard about the fake alien invasion, Project Bluebeam or whatever it is. I do believe we're winning, though, so I believe the right bit's going to come out. But the thing is, we all know if they're going to fake one, then wait for the next one, because if they do put something up, 11/11/18, Trump, yeah, Trump is visiting, yes, I was about to say that, Trump is visiting Putin on the 11th in Paris, D-class, exactly. He will be out of the country when the shit hits the fan. This is what I was telling someone the other day. He's always out of the country when the shit hits the fan. Blue dip tomorrow, exactly. Oprah's got my vote. She hasn't got my vote. I hope you're joking. Oprah Winfrey's going down. Landslide, yep, tomorrow. From tomorrow, landslide. Red tsunami's coming, people. The Washington Monument, yeah, I've said this before. The Washington Monument Pyramid is a weather manipulation tool. Well, it's something because we've got them around the world. We've got there's one in Paris, I think. There's one in the Pope, the what's it called? Where's the Pope? The what's it called? The Vatican. I just couldn't think of it. They're all over them monuments. Yeah, hidden in plain sight. All these weather manipulating. I don't even know if that's what it is, but all this stuff out there, probably disguised as something else. So, where did they get this technology from? The Vatican. Yeah, I just couldn't think. I was thinking, it just wouldn't come into my head. The Vatican. I've just said if anyone's just come on, my mum sent me talking about the 11th because it was changing the day of the parade. Our 11th. These ones that clip onto your coat because the other ones are a bit pants and they fall off your top. And then I said to my dad, she sent it me and that was the stamp. I said, no way was that the stamp. Was it Starman or something? David Bowie. I was like, Mum, I've been talking about aliens, this, that and the other and all that, the elites, and you've sent me that. She went, I didn't know, that's the stamp. I said, I'm keeping that. I'm going to put it in my art journal. I was like, no way. I just thought that was bonkers. Woke up this morning, like I said, to Star Trek, the old one, talking about reptilians and the things that look like praying mantis aliens, and they were saying about Earth, and they wanted to, and I thought, oh, here we go again. Yeah. Your eyes give off waves of energy. These screens are used to capture it. Oh, thank you. Well, that's another thing. We are all energy. Celestial bodies in the sky, going off on one now, meaning planets and stars, they frequency, light, and all that stuff I talk about, sound, because stars do sing. JP, I don't know if you're in here, sent me a video of stars singing on YouTube. I said, yeah, I've seen it before. I said they change, and it reminds me of Dr. Emoto's crystal experiment. They change, they move. So I think, yeah, they say about putting positive energy up there. So I'm thinking, well, if we're energy and we're sending positive energy up there, these celestial bodies, planets, because all the planets and stars are energy, they all have energies, will work off our energies, I think. And it showed you one with a line out and it was making a noise. It was like, and also they sing. So the other day when I said I saw 3 stars in the sky and it was like one was twinkling and the other one, and it's like they were communicating, they singing. Also it makes me think, I don't know, it's just bonkers. All kinds of creepy statues. In fact, Sandy, I've said this months ago, that monstrosity in the Vatican behind the Pope who sits in his, because he did say ages ago on cue who sits in that in the throne. That is not meant to be a representation of Jesus Christ. That is the devil. That is evil. Has anyone seen it? It's absolutely disgusting. And the snake serpent's head in the Vatican, it was supposed to be all modern with the eye, and it's a snake's head. If you go and look at it, it's a serpent. And then you've got that ugly monstrosity. If I went in there, like I said, I'm not religious, but I believe in God and that and Jesus in a different way, a little bit. I would not be praying or worshipping anything in that place, because that, if I walked in there, I'd be like, what is that? That is not giving me good vibes of Jesus Christ. Do you know what I mean? That's giving me vibes of the devil, Satan, Baphomet, whatever, because that monstrosity is a monstrosity. Go and check it out if you haven't seen it. It's awful. Your stars are people. The devil is made up by God to scare. Yes, I believe that as well. It's to scare people off, to keep them in fear, because they're keeping us in fear. I've always thought that. Now, this might sound a bit whack, but the stars are people. We're all supposed to come from stars, have stardust. Our stars are oversouls or souls of people that have passed. They're shining because we go to light energy. So is that what stars are? Because there's billions of stars, trillions of stars, not just the ones we know in the sky as star systems and like Orion's belt. Are they the gods? Is that what they are? Do you know what I mean? I've always thought that. I think of the film Stardust. She came down as a star in human form, and she said she's like they watch us, are like the watchers. She fell from the sky. If anyone remembers that film, Stardust, I love that film. Is that what we turn into after? We're supposed to turn into light, frequency, sound. That's what stars are. That's what stars do. They sing, they move. They're not what they say they are. They work off light, sound, and do you know what I mean? I can't explain myself properly, but I'm thinking, the sun and Jesus' eyes are tools to see better down here. Yeah, there's just loads of mad stuff that people think, oh, that might sound crazy, but when you start putting things together, you're like, it sort of makes sense. Make a wish upon a star. If we're supposed to turn to light beings, what light beings do we turn into? And star systems say, oh, the Pleiadians come from star systems. When you go to that star system, are they like light beings? Are they, no one can say, no, what are you talking about, this, that, and if, why do you know? Have you been there? Have you been there yet? Follow the light and all that. Little orbs. Yeah, the little orbs that we see. I've seen them. My sister's seen orbs. I've seen light orbs in the sky. Like, they look, ones that I've seen move, I thought was a star, and then they've moved, and I'm like, I thought that was a star. So, you know what I mean? We just want to know the truth. The reason why they didn't want us to know is because they don't want us to know how powerful we are. So they've told us a pack of lies in history. That's what I think. That's what I think, anyway, of what I'm looking into. That's what you become. Yeah, you become a star. Shine bright like a diamond, as we are in Rihanna's song. Shine bright like a diamond. Apparently, when we die, you can do your thing into your body and you can make diamonds out of what, your carbon and this, that, and the other. I'm just like, Orbs look a bit like stars, don't they? Is it an orb when it manifests? Is it when someone said they've seen a spirit or a ghost? That's just them coming in the form that we know them as, because some things can scare you sometimes. And I think maybe is that why people, when they get murdered or die in a horrible way, sort of get stuck and they can't descend properly, because we weren't supposed to die that way. And, with these evil psychopaths out there, you have to be spiritually dead to vote all red. But planets photograph the same as a soul. Yeah. And I don't know if anyone's seen that video, you need to check it out. I don't even know what video it was. If I come on tonight, I'll try and tell you which it was. When they're just moving, and I've seen that before, when there was a space shuttle or something that went up, and everyone was like, they were floating past, and they're round. Well, they're not really round. They sort of change and they move, so they're alive. If they're working off frequency and sound, they're alive. So celestial bodies are alive out there. If they're working on energy, if they're working off energy, they're creating sound, because it creates sound. We can't hear it because we're not on that frequency. So they're alive. They're not dying stars. They're alive. Sirius, yeah. Dark Journalist talks about that. I suggest any of you who haven't been on a Dark Journalist channel, please go over there and check out some of his videos. You might like them. Plankton in the sea. There's a lot to do with the sea as well. I think that, stuff down there. As above, so below. We've got the skies above and the sea below. I think the skies above the firmament, whatever you call it, is like liquid. I think it's like water. As above, so below. So if we have water below, we have water above. Because, sounds hysteric. Yeah, because water vibrates sound and light, and sometimes when the light comes, when the light comes through the clouds and it does that thing where it spreads out like, whoa, that looks a bit like when light's coming through water under the sea, because when the light hits the sea, under the sea, it does all that sort of light thing. Actually, I'm going to show you an actual of what I mean. And then I think,
You in there? Yeah.
a bit like that, innit? Is the water above. What? Let me show you. This is the music that I play, and I'll show you the video to it.
So sitting comfortably, just taking a big deep breath.
I'll show you what I mean. Lucifer is the sun trapped in man's body. Tower, but God needs frequency below the tower, person will be born with the sun's frequency. The sun's frequency. Right. Like this. and it comes through the clouds like this. This is underwater. That reminds me of the window cleaners at the window. What day is it? Say every window cleaner don't come on a Monday. It comes on a Thursday, the cheeky bugger. But yeah, the window cleaners at the window looking through thinking I'm an absolute nutcase. But does that not look like the sky? I'm going to have to go and close my windows in there in a minute when he moves, because he probably thinks, oh, she's a nutcase. Does that not look like when the light's coming through the sky, the same as under the sea? It's a sign he uses water to clean your windows. No, it doesn't come on a Monday, the cheeky bugger. You're asking to get paid early. It comes on a Thursday. Third phase of the moon, latest video. Oh, third phase of the moon. Third phase. I bet he knocks on a minute. Can you open the back gate? Third phase of the moon. Is that a YouTube channel? Hang on a minute. Just gotta go and open the door. I hope he doesn't wake my son up. He's not due up yet. Sleeping off his illness. Window cleaning, a UK thing. Yeah, window cleaning's a UK thing, yeah. But he normally comes on a Thursday, so why the hell he's come on Monday, I don't know. He's not getting paid earlier. Maybe he's going on holiday. Oh. Oh. Just seeing if I've got any more pictures. Oh, Fifth World. Hang on. So these are some of the Q t-shirt pictures at the rallies, if no one's seen them on the Q drops. Q Patriots. She's got a shirt on saying CNN fake news and Hillary for prison. Where we go on, we go all on the Q drops, putting those patriots out there. Yeah. I had a picture of the UFOs I took, but since well, I know someone who years ago had a video of it looked like a cigar shape, and he still got it, and it is weird, and it was about 10 years ago. Then I've seen some UFO videos where they've been cigar shaped, and I was like, no way, he's actually got the video of this cigar shaped, or it was his friend, which looks just like the ones that they said were cigar shaped, as in a bit like this sort of shape. Let me draw it, sort of like that. it be any noisier? Thank you, yeah. He's just cleaned me downstairs window and he's still cleaning it. I'm like, you just go away. It's a big window here. I'm like, he's already cleaned it he's just cleaned it. What's he cleaning it again for? His dad's just cleaned it. But I thought I saw, well, I didn't think I did see a big disc behind a cloud, but it wasn't it wasn't this way. It wasn't that way. It was that way. And it wasn't the sun, because that was in a different direction. And the moon wasn't out. And it just looked... It was just behind a cloud. And I was just like, what is that? Cigar shaped in the Bible are called flying... The flying scroll, the flying roll. Wow. I don't know, it's just getting... I just see more things I've seen in videos, other people have seen in loads of different videos, you know. Everyone can't be wrong, can they? That's what I mean, they tried to hide all this stuff about... you know, it's like I was talking to someone the other day about the Titanic, and my friend went, oh yeah, but that was because, you know, it was too big and it was meant to be this. Said, no. The story behind the Titanic is the Federal Reserve, and the reason why they sunk it is because someone was coming to oppose the Federal Reserve. They don't care how many people they killed, and the only reason they could lie about it and everyone would believe it is because, one, they didn't have this technology. So you couldn't be on the Titanic if anyone survived and be like, well, I took this video and this is what really happened and blah, 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 or whatever. And it couldn't all go viral on the internet like it could now. So they used to get away with a lot of things way back because, well, we might have had the technology, but we didn't know about it, obviously. But it would have got out a lot more, because that's how they're getting caught out now, because the technologies we do have, they've used it against us now, it's being used against them. Because as soon as somebody sees something or sees a UFO, say, they download it to the internet, and even if it gets wiped, a lot of people see it. So that is that's why truth gets out more now. Imagine a stack of plates, UFO, inside a cigar-shaped UFO. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, could be, yeah. Fox acid. Real children of God believe in the harmony and well-being of all human beings. Yes, you don't have to be. We're all children of God, whether you're religious or not. Of all human beings, no exception. You can't wear a mega hat and be a child of God. Right. Dearie me. I've heard so many people from church spout some stuff, and I don't mean those of you in here, but some of you in here. It's just like... Dearie me. Let me read some chat. Ooh. What's all that about? Yeah, Dad, you can't fix stupid, exactly. Sorry. Like the person who I did a rest in peace yesterday, someone came on. Religious again, I'm not knocking you lot in here because I know you're brilliant and the ones who are religious. Saying that because I mentioned the word witch, that there's no such thing as a white witch. That to me was putting that person down. If anyone knows, Tiptoe Chick I used to watch years ago, made me very positive, brought me up when I was feeling a bit down. She was a lovely woman. It doesn't matter what she called herself. If she believed she was a witch, I was into witchy stuff. She was a white witch. Yes, there is. Duality is down there. She believed she was a white witch, therefore she was a white witch. If you watch it, she was a lovely soul. For that person to say that was wrong. But then again, maybe it's just the word witch because the word witch frightens people. Maybe we should use a different word. I don't know. But at the end of the day, she was a beautiful soul, brought a lot to a lot of people, positivity, love and light. So... And a Christian did a video about her, you know, saying rest in peace. And that was a Christian even saying, you know, she was a lovely person, this, that and the other. Don't look at the label. It's just a label. That's all it is. And they want to label us because they like to divide us, which is a fact. Yeah, light worker. Yeah, maybe we should use the word light worker. She was a light worker. She worked with the elements, because the elements and earth and its elements are a really, really strong power that they're trying to keep us from as well. So that's what I mean. When people realise that maybe people use words or labels, it means something different. I said you're in fear because you've been told to fear that maybe that word witch, because we know about Hillary's a witch, she's an evil, but there is good and bad. And I said, well, I'm not being funny, but there's bad people in the church, and I'm not being, I hope, offending anyone in here. There is bad people in the church, as we know with Q. Paedophiles are being caught in the church, and the Pope's not good. So therefore, yes, there are good and bad people in all religions and that. So therefore, if there's bad witches, there's good witches, if you want to say that word. Because at the end of the day, these people who are bad have got into churches to deceive people. So I'm not saying they're all bad, but we know this has happened, and it is very sad. Because some people are getting deceived by these bad ones. They're not all bad, but the ones that are deceiving people have been doing stuff, and they're getting caught. How many arrests in America? So I was trying to tell this person, don't think all your side's all good, because it isn't. They're in everything. They're in everything to ruin everything. Did one of your videos get taken down, Dolly? Oh, I don't know. It got, I don't know if it got taken down. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it got taken down. It just got cut off. Let me just check. And if it did get taken down, that means something, doesn't it? Like, too close to the truth. But everyone's there now, aren't they? Let me have a look. No, it just got interrupted, like cut off. Yes, they are here, ant friends, and they have new vehicles. Yeah, I haven't looked into the ant thing, so can someone fill me in of what they think it is? I've heard about, remember when I watched Alien versus Cowboys, they said about the ant people, and I've heard about Native American Indians said they looked up the star people and the ant people. So Anunnaki, is that, right, so Anunnaki, is that who they're saying with the ant people? And were ant people meant to be friendly? And were they supposed to look a bit like insects? Because this is where we get the thing, don't we? They said, the bad ones look like this and the good ones look like that, and they try to mix everything up so everyone gets confused. But I have heard that, and I did talk about that a little bit when I was talking about the there's me money thing. Native American Indian, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the dustbin man. I was about to say the window cleaner. Praying mantis aliens. Was one of yours in the last month? Oh, I don't know. Maybe they have took it down. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, the praying mantis, funnily enough, because the praying mantis on Gaia, one of the guys said there that they were good, and they did telepathy and they were good. They were funny and they could feel you, through what you said. On Star Trek Today, there was a praying mantis in there with, or an anti-looking thing, with reptilians, and they were supposed to be bad. So that always makes me think, if they're trying to portray the bad, are they bad? Because they twist everything. So, what goes in a dustbin besides dust? Oh, yeah. Dracos use ant people as guards. Most ant people are indifferent or evil from what I've read so far. But is that because they've put that out there for us to fear some of them? Because I believe if we're all good and bad, but like my dad said, I think they'd be past that, wouldn't it? Fighting and all that, because they're more evolved than us. But, like I said, if they're pumping stuff out there saying something's bad, is it? Because we all know they turn everything inside out. Because obviously if something came and showed itself, you'd be like, oh my God, like, these are the bad ones, kill it, quick, well, the army would, whatever, and it'd be like, no. I don't know what anyone's opinion is on that. You've got Draco's users ant people, or what else does everyone else think? Hey, I'm American, we don't have dustbins. You don't have dustbins? That's what we call them. Rubbish bins are called dustbins over here in the UK. Maybe lots of there's tons of disinformation out there on the UFO community, but I even believe in some of the ones that are lying. There's truth in it. They mix it all up, I believe, so everyone's confused with what's what they actually look, what it actually is, who's good, who's bad if they are, if there's that many races, this many. That's why they put it all out there. There's channels out there that are great, but some of them are doing it to throw disinformation out because they just want to confuse us like everything else. Maybe, yeah. The traveller ran looking traded children we hid from. He carried children on his back. Oh, God, amazing. Look up the video of the flying man over New York City. There are pranksters and Oh, of course there is. Yeah, I think I've seen that. Of course there is. They do it all the time because they want people to be confused or all go, oh, it's not real, it's just people, you know, this, that, and the other, so then you go off it. It's the CIA listening in on you. Yeah, well, they're listening on everyone anyway, whether you're on YouTube or not. Smartphones, smart meters, everything. But hey, Trump's got new what they called up there. I can't even think what they're called. What's up with me today? New satellites. Yeah, disinformation. They might soon start talking about a new star. Oh yeah, they put what new yeah. Satellites. Yeah. So, I mean, who knows? That's why we're saying we just want to know the truth so we can get to grips with it all. And then if we have to start new things, if we have to, well, we know some stuff's getting taken down anyway, like, you know, change things a little bit like the economy or things we do, or certain things have to be changed in time for good to bring down the old sort of guard or the old sort of way, because it's just, you know, it never worked for us, did it? It's not been working for us. Smart water, no thank you. Yeah, Planet Q, yeah. Space Force, exactly. It's just interesting. I just find it mind-boggling now. It's just, I've turned into a UFO geek, let's say. That's a good word. It's possible we live in a binary solar system with two suns, yeah, and a whole other set of images. Yeah. Hey, Tommy. God, still here outside my house, like dummy windows. You can go now. Would you want to join in? How many things do you want to put through my door? Just putting his little note through to say he's come round for his money, but he'll have to wait because he's come early. You looked into astrology and Uranus in Taurus for the next 8 years. It's all about the new technology and changing loads of them. Well, I think Dolly's. I've got to go in a bit, but Dolly's about to get the. Yeah, maybe they're FB. In fact, everybody on the chart now should. What? No, actually, I do believe in all that. I haven't looked at it properly, but I do read about stuff where I believe. I've said this before, when planets, celestial bodies come into line, it's like a clock. So certain things happen when they come into line. So say the age of Pisces was deception, this, that and the other, blah, 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 which apparently I think it was, as we know. That's what happens. This is supposed to be lifting the veil. This is supposed to be, like you said, new technologies. What happens is supposed to happen when these planets line up. This is the age of disclosure, this is the age of lifting the veil, this is the age for new technologies. This is where it's got to go. We've got to evolve. That's what I think. That's why they say, I think, somewhere in the Bible about, you know, astrology's evil and this, that. It's not. They don't want you looking at it, because then it's like you could tell the prophecies, you know, what age is sort of coming. The age of Aquarius. They've tried to say it's in that song, oh, it's bad, this, that and the other. Well, whatever. I think it's the age for revealing stuff. Even if I'm not saying it's going to all come out like, you know, in one big lump, but we're beginning and it's coming out and they can't stop it. Like they couldn't stop Q, they can't stop Trump. It's you know. Do you watch the series Ancient Aliens? No, what's that on? Is it on YouTube? I watch so much. That's why I get confused with other stuff, and people probably go, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. 1 minute you're talking about this, 1 minute you're talking about that. At least I can talk about it all, so at least I won't be that shocked when it all comes out. But like I said, there's truth in everything. Showing 5 likes. Showing 5 likes, Dad. It says 53 watching and 14 likes. So it's just changing up. Like, my subs go down and then they go up, but they don't seem to be moving when I know that's a lie. Yeah, Ancient Aliens be on the History Channel. Oh, is that on normal TV? Because I don't have Sky and all that. I just have normal. And I need to get back on Netflix, even though I don't really want to, but I like to look at stuff what they're putting out. Ancient Aliens on cable. Oh, I don't have satellite. No, I don't have cable. I don't pay for that. Yes, Secure Team 10, very interesting. They are very interesting if you've not been over to that channel. You can look it up on YouTube. Yeah, I will do, because I've probably got bits out on there. I've probably seen, you know, it's actually, it's just sieving out all the stuff, and it's very hard to. That's why when I've had people come on here before going, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, you're on the wrong calendar, oh, you're wrong. Well, at least I'm looking, and even if I'm looking at people who are lying, like certain UFO communities, oh well, there is truth in what they're saying, and oh well, at least I'm looking and getting my brain around the fact that we're not alone. But I never thought we were anyway. As a child, I never thought we were alone. Like I said before, that was my favourite film of all time, E.T. So I've always thought that. Anyway, have a Blu-ray and that's it. No terrestrial TV whatsoever. Yeah. You can watch the whole Ancient Alien series. Yeah. I just think life is very interesting at the minute. Who wants to watch TV? Because it's normal TV. Well, I don't watch normal TV unless I've been watching a few little Star Trek things in the morning. But learning the proper stuff we're supposed to be learning is far more interesting, far more exciting. Kids would be far more interested at school, wouldn't they, if they were actually doing a history lesson that was actually the truth of what, like, everything, the stories behind it. But we're about to have a massive history lesson, aren't we, very soon, when they ask that question. Why did you fake your death, JFK Jr.? Oof, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, like I said, if you haven't been over to Dark Journalist, check him out. Not saying he's totally right or whatever, I'm just saying what he says to me is making sense. So, I don't have a Cockney accent, no. It's also possible TP code subliminal messages into what I got rid of the box. Yeah, I think that as well, because I think that controls you as well at what you're thinking and that and this, that and the other. Watch Shaking My Head Productions YouTube is pretty good. Shaking My Head Productions. That's why I said it's so hard. That's why people say when they think they know it all, it's like, yeah, but they put all this stuff out there. Gotta go blue drip tomorrow. Expecting to stay safe. Bye, Dad. Yeah, the blue drip. We've got well, you have over there, it's coming over here when it's been over there. You've got the, the great big red tidal wave, and they've got the blue drip. Just one drip out of a tap. Yeah. The blue drip's coming, people. That'll be exciting for the Democrats, won't it? Natives for Trump, exactly. I've got to put some washing on here. I need to find my Q-top. So before I go, I'll just show you what I've been doing in my art-wise. I put these two up on Instagram. I've not done my Facebook thing. I can't actually make another page on Facebook, I don't think. Not that I really want to be on there, but I could do it through Instagram. Dolly Daydream. These big key rings. I've got one and I call them raggy key rings. They're that big, you put your keys on there, you're not going to really lose them in your bag. That one, I think I've shown these before. This one. All handmade. And then I'm doing well on my books, people. I've got 3 handbag ones on the go. I'll show you. Put the pen back in. 3 on the go. You saw them 2 the other day, and then this one is all the different colour little notebooks in. So I've not done too bad Oh, some people are getting offended. They're going to have a little blue drip coming tomorrow, aren't they? Not doing very well. Big wave coming tomorrow, red one. So far, I think I finished this one. I think I finished that one. It might have some dangles on there. Saw that one. And then the next one I've just been trying to sort out is this one. You know, it's got a little bit. Thank you. I sell them. I think I might be able to sell them on Instagram, actually. It's got a little bit of my artwork, and some of these are a bit plainer than before because it's for you to write in or put in things you want. And in here, I have put together a little package of ephemera and just little bits and bobs that you can stick in your book if you want to stick some things on your own pages or people who get these. That's one of my little artworks on there. This one on this little taggy that you can pull off and write on. But yeah, they are very, I think they're very cute and they're all handmade. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I just need to finish the rest off. Oh, thank you. Well, if I think I'm just back on Instagram, so that's Dolly Daydreams. If you look on there, put pictures up because I'm going to start selling them when I've just got a couple more together. I guess I could sell to America. I'd just have to find out what the, obviously you'd have to pay postage, what the postage and that is on it. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, well, you know me, I just love creating. And that's another thing that Dark Journalist was talking about before when he said about people creating and people who do abstract art and stuff like that, and they put things out because some of the artwork, abstract art, especially from these people in the families, if you actually go and watch one of his channels, which I'll try and tell you about tonight if I come on, says they were doing abstract art, you know, because you look at it and you think, oh yeah, some of it's really strange. They were actually putting UFO information in these pictures, but they were told to keep out like influential people or like people in the government, and that's people didn't click onto it. So that was very interesting. Thank you. So yeah, it's just all exciting, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought about America. I don't know how much it costs to get there, so I don't know, but I can sell over here, obviously, but I don't know what it would be to America, obviously. I mean, they're not that heavy. I don't know if anyone roughly knows sort of what a sort of lightweight book would cost, and I'd have to find out, but that's if anyone was interested. I don't know, obviously, you'd have to pay postage and packaging on top of what it is, but you know, Trump's getting in trading and stuff, so in the end, hopefully it might be a load cheaper, so keep that in mind. Because I would love to sell to America because I think a lot of Americans appreciate I'm not saying we don't over here, handmade things that people make out of love and they love doing it, you know, and stuff like that. So, because I do make lots of different things, and I am going to be making some art journals and that, and whatever pops into my head, I am going to be making some more of these. See this? Ear cuffs, copper ear cuffs. I'm going to be making some more of them as well. I mean, they're just little and light, aren't they? So, we'll see. You could find out what the postage would be to sell in America and add to the price so it's already taken care of. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Technology is used to fool and distract us. Being creative is a great way to connect with our inner world and creator. Exactly, that's what I've said before about why this channel will be more. I will be showing more art and stuff like that when I need a new. Oh, good. I need a new what's it called? What do I always say that? A break, tripod. The big ones, not the small one. I got that can hold this device so I can show you what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm going to be doing pre-recorded art videos and stuff like that because I want to do stuff like that because I do believe that art can take you to another place, you know. Have a day you tell us all how you create your art. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's great if you have some Trump support because we know all this thing that's going on at the minute, if you're not taking the mic, that's going on at the minute about Muslims, this, that, and the other. We know it's not all Muslims. We know it's just like what they call the radicalists, and there's a lot of radicalists in a lot of different religions and areas that we all know about. It's not just one, one race or whatever, one group. We know it's everywhere in different things. So, you know, they also put stuff out there as well because we all know it's to divide. If you watch Q, The Plan to Save the World, the first video by The Storm Upon Us on YouTube, they've got a Christian and a Muslim sitting together, both looking at the book, because I do believe the book's encoded with truth, but some people have been taught the wrong way around, so it keeps you fighting. So, as we know, in the first film of Q, they're making race wars, race against race, religion against religion, when we know there's whole truths in all religions. Do you know what I mean? It just the God might be called a different God, but basically same sort of thing. Race on race, yeah, class wars, religion wars, and gender wars, as in women and men hating women. That's what they've done to divide us all. So we're all fighting. All the man-made wars, so I'm not surprised people get mad in other countries because they think it's to do with something else, like our countries or the Western countries, when actually it's not us the people, it's the government and the regimes that are in control everywhere that are being brought down. And then when people learn all this around the world, which we are doing in different religions, like they said, you can have what religion you want, this, that, and the other, we're going to unite together because they've tried to divide us for a long time. Like I said, if this thing is about, spiritual war as well, it's not just a flesh war, it's a spiritual war. This thing about, ETs and that, well, then we all need to come together, don't we? If you get what I'm sort of saying. Because like I said, and I've said from the beginning, there should be no reason for wars, there should be no reason for famine, there should be no reason for people to starve, anything. There should be no, it's man-made to keep it like that for certain agendas of depopulation and all the other stuff we know about to keep us fighting. It shouldn't be like that. It should be heaven on earth. It shouldn't be like that. But it has been like that. It's a shame it has been like that. But like I said, out of misery, out of sorrow, we see what we want in the world. We don't want this. We're standing up now. We do not want this. We're beginning to learn the truth. We don't want it around the globe. We don't want it. So out of sorrow of all these things that we know about that are awful that are happening to people around the world, people dying, this, that and the other, we don't want this. So it's like I've said before I go now, be the person, be the way you, be the person you want to see in the world. No, I've said that wrong, haven't it? Be, what is it? I'm so tired today. Be what you want to see in the world, basically. You want to see positivity and happiness and love and light, and you don't want to see, violence and this. Don't be like that then. Because if more people thought that way, then we wouldn't have it. Be your best self. Yeah, be best, like Flotus says. Be best, which means don't do to others that you wouldn't do to yourself, like Jesus said, if you're that, I just believe, they were the words. That's what it's all about. It's about your moral compass at the end of the day. You can look in a book of religion or whatever and it might say this and that, but you can let that go over your head because things happened years ago and it's changed. So you know what's right and wrong at the end of the day. So be the change you want to see in the world. You want positivity and love, you have to be like that. You have to project it. You have to talk to people in a nice way. You have to be kind, even if these people aren't. Kill them with kindness at the end of the day. You know right from wrong. Let them vibe in the low vibrations because they ain't going to get anywhere doing it apart from just being depressed. So if they want to stay there, that's up to them. If they want to lift themselves, they can, but it's up to them. No one's going to save them. You've got to do it yourself in that sense as well. We might be having help with certain stuff, but we've got to do it ourselves as well, because otherwise, what's the point? What's the point? You're getting shown stuff. You've got to change it yourself. You've got to come to Trinity, mind, body and spirit. Like I said, I was getting rid of my coffee. I'm trying to get rid of things slowly. It doesn't mean you have to do it like, oh God, I'm doing all that. Like tonight, I've got my exercise routine tonight. Got to get back into it. Got to be healthy with your mind, body and spirit. They all work together. There's no point being healthy in that but not healthy in that. You've got to bring it all in. And it's hard. It's hard, but you've got to reprogram yourself. Deprogram from that and reprogram yourself. So, but that's just me and that's the way I think. Netflix is going down. Must be, well... I keep getting shut out YouTube because they've been messing with me for weeks with channel Kellyanne, Hub News, Angels. Oh yeah, because we're all talking about the truth. So I'm going to go because I've got to get little one up. He should feel a bit better now. And so I might see you tonight. I don't say definitely because little one's poorly and, got to work around that. So that's why I said I thought I'd come on now. I'd have a little break from doing my books because you get a bit of backaches out there doing it. Thank you. Thank you for saying you're subscribing. It probably won't show you have because, you know, I think they keep making out I've got less because I think I've got a little bit more than I've got. Not a lot, but a little bit more. But I keep thinking, yeah, it's not moved up that. So let's all send a heart to everybody. Stick a heart in chat, you know, get them positive vibes out there, people, because, you know, it's nearly the 6 people. Come on, Redstone, come in. Like I said, it's not like Black Lives Matter. It's not religion, you're right, you're right. It's all lives matter. Whatever religion you're from, if that's what you believe in, as long as it's done in the right way, you're good and you're got a moral compass in it and you know what text is to look at and what text is not to look at, then that's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? So we're winning people of the world. It's not just for one race, one belief, whatever. We're all one, whatever you believe in. That's what it's about. So, yeah, USA. So, if you are on the Q train, get listening to Trump at the rallies and that and stuff. But it's coming, people. Got to stand strong. Got to stand strong. It's freedom, remember, for humanity. That's the world, you know. Yeah, Trump is fantastic. See, before we go, people think, like my friend goes, oh, he's creepy, is this? I said, yeah, because you watch mainstream media. Mainstream media lie. Mainstream media lie. We all know they say everything against him, every channel does, because they all know he's not part of the cabal at the end of the day. And that's a fact. So, Charlotte, oh, look at all your hearts. So, I'll see you when I see you. Have a good day, morning, evening, wherever you are. Bye.